The Knicks leading by 23. And Prigioni kicks to Smith. Anthony against Gay. Anthony, the pass to Smith. 6 to shoot. Into Stoudemire. And it's Smith penetrating. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And the basket by Collison.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Some nice passing by New York here. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Sacramento's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the Kings making a change here. Evans is checked in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Gay with it. Now Anthony defending. Here's Cousins. It's rebounded by New York. Stoudemire's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Gay against Anthony. Here's Prigioni. Back to Anthony. Clock at 6. Dallenberg sets a screen for Anthony. The step back jumper is good. Anthony's got 12 points in just the second half.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached this on his opponent. I mean, you got to keep your composure. I don't think that was one of his best moments.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Smith checked in for Anthony. Bargnani comes in for Pablo Prigioni. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jose Calderon. Shots good from Bargnani.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. Fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Pass to Caspi. He feeds it to Thompson. Smith with some nice D. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in.
The bad news is you play like a 50-year-old rec league bum, and we lost the game. You're supposed to ask me what the good news is.
What's the good news?
Good news is I don't think it's possible for you to play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
Nah, man. It's supposed to make you understand that it ain't just you. We all got work to do if we're gonna do something special this year. So put this one behind you, learn from it, and move on, all right?
Yeah, all right. But a 50-year-old bum, though?
If the shoe fits.
Come on, man.
Tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
Johnson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansborough's come in for Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Ross. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Williams. On the court right now for the Kings, Garbage Man, he's in at center. Evans is out there. Oh, look out!
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Shot clock at 5. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And that one's good by Gay.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
Well, they should be winning. Shooting the ball like that. This is a very efficient offense we're seeing out of this club. The Kings, one of the youngest teams in the league. They're trying to build through the draft, but with mixed results over the last couple of seasons. DeMarcus Cousins, the only player who's truly distinguished himself as a significant building block. Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Kings head coach Mike Malone, a demanding, defensive-minded coach. Some might fear that he'd rub his team the wrong way. But star big man DeMarcus Cousins loves his approach, saying he's done an incredible job of keeping us together, keeping us motivated. I'm with Malone until the end. He has my back, and I've got his. Good working situation, guys.
It's all about getting that buy-in from your best players. Thanks, Doris. And the Kings, Clark, over the last 5 years, drafting in that 5 to 7 range. They took Cousins, traded down, remember, for Jimmer Fredette,
Yep.
and then Thomas Robinson out of Kansas, another Jayhawk, and in 13, Ben McLemore.
Yeah, McLemore struggled a bit in his rookie season. Aside from Cousins, not the difference makers you'd hope for to this point. We'll see if this year's any different for him.
Deep 2 from Collison, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
Hansbrough, a screen on Collison. Here's Johnson. The shot is off. Some solid defense there from Garbage Man. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Kings lead by 5 back to the action when we return.